Man-made monuments never equal the majestic cathedrals of nature's great out of doors, where even a sunrise, filtering through the silvery mist of morning that hover among age-old trees, big symphony of lights and shadows that is beyond human imitation. Yosemite National Park is dedicated as a public place. It embraces more than 1,000 square miles of California's most firing mountain grandeur, where all the rugged features of the wilderness contribute to make of it an amphitheater heart of the Sierras. Here even the wariest of wild creatures seem to lose their long-inherited fear of man and condescend to certain friendly intimacies with the gan gypsies on vacation from noisy and crowded cities. But there are also other less amiable local residents of the big woods. This shaggy fellow is going in for a bit of rather amateurish highway robbery, but he's quite easily put to flight. This famous wawona, or tunnel tree, is said to be among the oldest and largest living things on all the earth. It is one of the giant sequoia trees, of which there are several in the park. This particular one towers 231 feet into the air. Perched on Hanging Rock, 3,000 feet up above Yosemite Valley, is like standing on a cloud and looking down upon a sylvan world in miniature. Streams and roads appear like threads of silver on the green valley floor. Even the distance, however, cannot dwarf the surrounding peaks. Beside the Park Museum is a cross-section of one of the giant trees for which Yosemite is famous, and which graphically explains their phenomenal age. By counting the year rings of this particular tree, it has been determined that for more than 1,000 years it lived and grew in this same valley and looked upon this same scene, where the cataracts come down, a broken roar, and the Palisades, like fragments of an uncompleted world, defy approach. White seem to tumble out of clouded skies. It is not difficult to understand why these falls were named Bridal Veil Falls, or why the lofty and rugged abutments from which they drop sheer for 620 feet are called Cathedral Rocks. The several attractive public campgrounds are maintained by the National Park Service and are open throughout most of the year. The only requirements are that the visitors enjoy themselves, respect the rigid rules against dropping an empty tin can where it should not be, and that no person shall remain more than 30 days in the floor of Yosemite in any 1 year. As a diversion, playing games of various sorts is encouraged, and the convenience and comfort of the campers is assisted, even to the extent of having available for rental practically all the necessities for setting up housekeeping in a tent in the big woods. One of the most fascinating spots in the park is the mountainous amphitheater of giant granite castles that look down onto the limpid surface of Mirror Lake. Here the bursting spray of Yosemite Falls drops 9 times the height of Niagara Falls. Then a moment later, makes another sheer drop equivalent to 2 more Niagaras. Counting the short series of cascades in between upper and lower Yosemite Falls, the total drop from crest to valley floor is 2,565 feet. Gee, but it's tough to get up in the morning, especially when a fella's on vacation, and you know the water's icy cold. The rest of the gang may be faster than this little fella, but who said he was afraid of that frigid plunge? Ah, who knows? This may be a future Olympic diving champion. A considerable part of Yosemite still remains quite as virgin a wilderness as it was thousands of years ago, and is reached only by rockels and patient, sure-footed saddle horses, or with a little camp outfit, carried in a pack on one's own back. But the rigors of a long upward climb are soon forgotten when one finds a rainbow at the end of the trail. And if there's a rainbow at the bottom of the falls, what must there be at the top? Vernal Falls, with its 317-foot stretch of white satin spray, is considered by many as the most perfect and beautiful of all. Here once again, with even louder voice, the cataract comes down in broken roar and thunders 1,000 echoes through its canyon wall, all ending in silky spray, through which nature traces another rainbow. Through the lower canyon, waters become less violent. The thundering subdues into ceaseless toned musical accompaniment, and finally comes but a murmur as it rolls contentedly along through Yosemite's majestic splendor of wooded valleys and towering peaks.